Going on, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever day it is and time it is for you. We have a Honda Odyssey that I did work on before. I believe I did the axles. I don't think I recorded the video for that. We got a few jobs we got to do today on this car, so I mainly wanted to do one video, but it's gonna be overall, like ball joints, tie rods, sway bar links, inner tie rod, outer tie rods, and then the bottom ball joints, like I said. But I'm basically gonna do an overall video on everything I'm gonna be doing on one side, and it'll be the same thing on the other side. So this is supposed to be one video, but it's gonna be multiple things because I gotta do multiple things on it, and I got a lot of work to do, so I can't take my time to record one piece at a time, like, you know, showing how to do the ball joint, showing how to do. I'm just gonna do everything all at once. So without further ado, we're gonna get this car jacked up, take the wheel. You should know how to do it by now, hopefully, and get the tools out and get started with this video. So I'll be back in a second. I'm getting everything ready, and I'll see you when I'm down there. So before you start your job, when it comes to ball joints and inner tie rods, I highly recommend, you definitely will need this tool right here to remove the inner tie rod, and you will need this tool to press out the bearing, ball joint, the bottom ball joint, and press it in. So to press it out and press it in, you need these tools in order to do your ball joint and in order to do your inner tie rod. So before you start anything, you can rent these tools at your local auto parts. I believe we rented this one for $157 after tax, and this one my buddy lended to me, but I think it's like 100 and something. So they do a lender program, and they just lend you the tool, and then you get your money right back. Do it cash so you can get your money back right away, or if you pay debit, it's gonna go back the same way, and it might take a day or two depending how your bank works. So without further ado, again, before you start working on any ball joints or inner tie rods, make sure you have these tools right here, because without this, you won't be able to do your inner tie rods. So we're gonna go ahead and jack up the car, set a jack up, remove the wheel, all that good stuff, and then I'll see you down there. It's the second time I say it. I'll see you down there. That's the third time I say it, and I'll see you down there 4th time. Let's go. So I know you should know by now how to take the wheel off, but we're gonna show you anyways. It's a 22mm for these lug nuts. So we're gonna go ahead and just loosen them up with a breaker bar first, and then use the handy dandy, impact gun. And then if you have a special lug nut, depending what kind of lug nut you have, a special one. This Honda from factory comes with this special key. Don't ever lose it, because if not, one of your tires gonna pop one day, or you're gonna need to work on your car and you won't be able to do it. So that's that. We're gonna go ahead and re-loosen them up. Now we're gonna jack the car up. Alright, I get stand up. It's getting heavy now. By the way, guys, new shirt came in. I'll show you later a little more how it looks in the back. Real excited. So the kid's mother made my logo, and then she pressed it onto on the shirt. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down in a minute. You're gonna want to use your impact gun if you have one by now. Hopefully you do. God bless me every single day with better tools. The more harder you work, I invest in my equipment, and then a customer had gave me that toolbox right there, which is amazing. Has everything I need to get a lot of jobs done. So all right, and then this one, I'm just gonna take it out by hand. Why not? Because I believe this is a bigger socket right here. I think it's a 23 maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't look at it yet. Could be a 19. I don't know. We're just gonna remove it by hand. All right, once that's out, take the wheel off. And what I like to do with the wheel, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to tell the customer about the tire. That's why we're doing the inner tie rod and the other tie rod and all that stuff, and all the ball joints and all that. But definitely suggest a new tire, and clearly in alignment after this job. Remember, you are going to need an alignment after this job. So after you do tie rod ends, inner tie rods, you're always going to have to do an alignment. All right, so what I like to do with the wheel, I like to set it under the car. Why? Because for my own safety, in case that jack fails. And then I'm going to go ahead and get another jack stand here, and we're just going to set it somewhere, I don't know, maybe right here. So we're going to bring the car up a little more and set it right there, just for my own safety, in case, like I said, the jack fails. Rather be safe than sorry. You do not want to know what happens if this car falls on you, okay? All right, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and set it right there. That looks good. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and bring the jack down just enough so you can, well, I might need both hands. Let's see if we can do one. Nope, I'm gonna need both hands. Good, so basically what I'm doing is just kind of setting it on it. I'm not bringing it down all the way. Just kind of setting it on the jack itself right there. And then I'm gonna lift the jack up just a little bit, and again, that should be more than enough safety for myself. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So we're gonna remove, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the parts we're gonna be removing in a second. Boxes over there somewhere. We're gonna put it right here and then show you everything that we're gonna be working on. Okay, so here's all the good stuff. So they order all these parts from rockauto.com. I'm not sponsored with them by any means. Hopefully they do sponsor me. But right here, this part right here is the inner tie rod. So this is the tool, long bars, what you're gonna need to remove this, because you're gonna have to put the socket or the whatever that's called in there to turn it and lefty loosey. All right, so that's inner tie rod. Let's see what else we got in here. This is probably the other inner tie rod. Yep, this is the other inner tie rod. Then we got, let's see what else we got here. Come on, open up. What do we got here? We got outer tie rods, and same thing with this one. This is going to be outer tie rod, and then these should be the ball joints. All right, we're not doing sway bar links. I thought we were going to be doing a sway bar link as well, but we're not. I didn't tell the customer, I believe, to do a sway bar link. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to PB blast everything here, WD-40, any penetration fluid that you have will work. Just in case, hopefully this nut comes loose easily. Let me put the camera more closer. You know, we don't have to cut it. So I like to cut it in general just because it makes my life much easier, and it's such an easier way. Just cut it, you know, take this tie rod out, and then, you know what I mean, put the tool in there and stuff like that. So also, before we even proceed, remember, this didn't come with a boot, this boot right here. So, you know, you're gonna need a plier, take this out, take the boot off, and you're gonna reuse that same boot. So just kind of reminder of that. So I think the inside one is still original. You will need C clamps, not C clamps, you're gonna need some type of clamps. See how these have clamps right there? They're original. If I break that off, it's no good ever again. So you need to get those clamps that kind of screw on. I'll show you actually on top of the engine. I put one the other time I was here, like one like this. So we're gonna have to put one of those eventually. I'm not sponsored by PB Blaster by any chance, you know, by any blaster, you know, PB penetration. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I do use this, and I highly recommend to get this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and let me set the camera back up a little bit. We're gonna spray this right here, spray this right here. Why not just spray that in there, you know, make all these threads and everything, kind of put lubrication and all that stuff. And then bottom ball joint as well. Let me see, got the camera angle right. Put some in the bottom ball joint, put some in there. All right, and then inner tie rod, you don't really need to. I mean, we'll get there eventually. But all right, the first thing I want to do would be, I'm gonna take the tie rod end out first, okay? So I can have all this room to play with, because then once you take the tie rod end out, you can play around with this and move it and do whatever you like with it, you know? Anyways, we're gonna take this clother pin out. See this clother pin right here? Let me spread it out a little bit so you can see it. Let me get closer. All right, that's close enough. This clother pin, we're gonna get you know, some pliers or something, and then I like to use a needle nose, like kind of a pick, to put it in there and just take it out. These are kind of the general tools I'm gonna use. You don't need all this, but it's kind of the general tools I'm gonna use to take this off. So I'm gonna straighten out this clother pin. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten it out, and if it gives me a pain in the butt, I'm just gonna break it off, because I believe that the new ones comes with them. So yeah, and then you want to straighten it out as much as you can, and then try to like hit it on the side here, and let's see if we can make it come out nicely. No, it's gonna give you it's gonna be a little pain in the butt. I might end up cutting it and just kind of like prying them off, or pulling them off with this. So I'm gonna cut here, and the new ones, let's see if they come with them. Oh yeah, new one comes with it, so I don't really care, honestly. So what we're gonna do is, honestly, is we're just I'm gonna cut right here, cut it on this side, like snip it off, so it could just be a straight kind of a bar thingy. All right, come on. Oh, I'll put some manpower into that. All right, and then I don't know, vice grips, anything that you can just pull it off. All right, just like that, you took your clother pin out. Congratulations, tap yourself on the back. You're a mechanic. All right, and then this should be a 17. All right, so we're gonna go with let's just take a 18. because why not? Just check it out. Hey, guess what? It is 18. All right, so let's break this loose. We're gonna use a breaker bar to get this loose, and then we're gonna use the impact gun. If you get one of these ratchets, it's one of the best things that I've gotten, honestly. I love this ratchet because I can put it here and it's adjustable, so I can adjust it, the length of it, and then so you can put some manpower, use it as a breaker bar as well, you know, so I don't have to go and have to go get a breaker bar and then a ratchet, you know. And then again, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're gonna go ahead and go left with it. See if I can do it one hand with the camera holding at the same time. All right, that's kind of loose. That got loose. I think that broke loose. Yep. So that broke loose. All right, still gonna tight because there's a little rust in there. I should have hit it with the wire brush, but for the video's sake, like again, I gotta go. I got a lot of work to do today. So, and look, and it also adjusts right here too. So this is why I like this tool. All right, and I'm just gonna use the gun for that. All right, so that's loose. Now we're gonna try to get this one loose right here. So for this nut right here, what I'm gonna use is adjustable wrench. And I don't know how to actually explain this, but you want to, oh wow, that actually, okay, so okay, all right, well, that's good and not at the same time. Anyways, usually want to put one right here to go this way with it, and then use another one to go this way with it so you can break it loose. But this thing looks like it's just, you know, usually it's not that easy, you know. Sometimes you gotta kill yourself, like, you know, torch it, put fire on it, you know, and yeah. But anyways, try to line this up as much as you can with the new one until you can get an alignment. I suggest, highly recommend you definitely do an alignment right after this job. I'm just gonna throw it, try to align it as much as I can, kind of straight. I'm not an alignment shop, so I want to do my best I can to keep the wheel straight. They're going to get an alignment right after this job. So yeah, so that's what was my next step, was honestly just to break that loose, but it's already loose, so it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna get the impact gun now, and hopefully, nope, I don't have, oh, there it is. Let's go. God's always with me. Thank you, Jesus. All right, I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna put this one in. All right, and then we're gonna go get that 18 from this. Come here, buddy. I need to borrow you for a second to get off of there. All right, put it on the tool. All right, and then we're just gonna lefty loosey, baby. Okay. Look at that. All right, and usually that is pretty tight there, so you're gonna want to get a hammer. I did have a hammer around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. All right, let me clean them off. Let me clean my hands off real quick. All right, so we're gonna use a hammer, handy dandy hammer. And if you're reusing it, you don't want to hit it here. You're gonna want to hit it like literally right here. And I might need both hands for this, honestly. Well, since we're using a new one, just hit it right there. It doesn't really matter where you hit it, honestly, because we're getting a new one. So it's not, if you're replacing it, don't hit it here. Hit it on this right here. And also they sell this fork. I have a fork somewhere in there. There's a fork that goes in between, like right here, and then you just hit it with the hammer, and then it just spreads it out. So like I said, I was just gonna loose this up, but I'm definitely gonna need both hands for this part, and then just remove the other tie rod right now. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and remove the outer tie rod. Let's see if it's easy. Nope. So I'm gonna have to hold the inner tie rod with a tool here. All right. I'm gonna have to hold it with a tool. I'm using the adjustable wrench. See if we can get it in there so it can not move. All right, and use some manpower, and then as easy as that, it just comes right off. All right. And guys, let me know about the shirt, if you're digging it, if I should wear this type of shirt, or should I print out on, press, you know, my logos on a regular shirt. Because I'm thinking about doing regular shirts and t-shirts, and then eventually, you know, in the winter, sweaters and stuff like that. So, and then if you guys want merch, let me know. I mean, that could be in the works too, you know. I just gotta keep this channel going, and hopefully you guys keep it alive for me. You guys like, share, comment, and all that good stuff, you know, helps the channel a ton. So just like that, this is how you remove your outer tie rod. All right, let me turn the camera around and let's get going with the inner tie rod. So now we're gonna go ahead and tackle this clamp right over here where the boot is. We're gonna use some type of vice grips or, you know, clamps thingies, you know, and that should be good. And again, these tend to get kind of stuck in there, so you want to just kind of Let me open this up more a little bit. Come on. Yeah, this is definitely why I need a GoPro. Okay, come on. And then you want to wiggle this around a little bit to get this boot kind of loose. And you got on the inside, I'm going to show you the best way to remove this. So you see that little kind of metal piece hanging out on the clamp on the back there? You're going to want to put a flathead in there. All right, let's see if I can get it. Let's see where we're at. All right, put a flathead in there, and then just you take a hammer. Come on, I'll put the camera back. Holy crap. All right, so put the flathead in there, wedge it in there, get a hammer, and just kind of pry it out enough so you can just remove the boot. With a couple of bangs and a couple of flatheads later, the boot just, you know what I mean? Yeah, this tie rod is gone. Yeah, it's gone. This nut, yeah, you are gonna have to remove it, so you won't break this boot. But me, cause you know, for the video purposes and stuff, and because I got a go-go, I'm gonna see if I can get it loose. If not, I'm just gonna chop this off. You know, get a grinder and just chop it off. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use 15/16 for that nut, and then hold it with either, I'm gonna use vice grip eventually if this thing slides or moves, whatever. Let's see if this setup works. All right, so I'm gonna use this to hold the tie rod. All right, make it as tight as you can, and then use the impact to break against that nut. Come on, get out of there. Oh, it's already out. It's right here. All right, take the tool off, and then the boot just comes right off. All right, and that's how you save your boot. Then again, I'll show you the clamp I'm talking about. So this clamp is not reusable. There probably is, I don't know, I never reused it in my life. I just go ahead and get those clamps that clamp around, and just like I showed you on the top of the car. And this boot's still good, so there's no need to replace it. But if the new one came with it for any odd reason, then by all means put the new one. But let's get the tool in there, that special tool that you gotta rent, so I can show you how to take out the inner tie rod. So here's that special tool I was talking about, and now it's just a matter of finding the right whatever these are called. I have no clue what they're called. If you know what they're called, let me know in the comments below. And where we're gonna put this is, I'm gonna show you, there's like a little insert on this thing. Oh yeah, I forgot, before you go ahead and find yourself, you know, one of these on that special toolbox tool jigger thing that you rent for the inner tie rods, you have to there is a little kind of washer right here on the side. You have to flatten take the flap out, like pry it out to the right wherever it's located on your vehicle, because then this tool won't fit. Like this tool just won't fit there flush. Okay, so I'm gonna get a flathead and a hammer and just kind of pry out the washer behind the inner tie rod. Once you took out those two flaps of the washer and you push them out that way, you want to find the right size, which you don't have to go crazy like me taking a bunch of them out. The one that does fit is the 33.6. that's the one that fits right in there, snugged and everything. All right, so after you got that in there, I get this tool right here. Okay, and you see how they open up and this thing closes like that. So you want it open, okay, and then you put the tool right through the inner control arm, right in there. And I need both hands, but you basically put that in the slot right there, and then you go ahead and then lock it in place by locking the tool in there like this. All right, so let me do that real quick, because I need both hands to do that, and then I'll show you how it looks like after. You can see it's locked in there. It's not going anywhere. It's staying in place. And then on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and use my impact gun, but you can literally use a wrench. You know, you can go ahead and use a wrench. So, you know, you don't need no fancy tools. You can use regular tools. All right, let's see if we can break it loose one hand. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, breaker bar would be best, but me, I'm gonna go ahead and use this baby right here. All right, let's see if we can do it right here in this cut of this video without cutting it. All right, let me move this. Come out of there. Oh man, come out. All right, that's up. Whoa, well, you stayed in there. All right, well, all right, and then you're gonna go ahead and put your tool. Nope, it came out of place. All right, so we're gonna have to bring it back a little bit. All right, and let's see if we could do it one hand. Let's see. Oh no. I'm gonna need both hands for this, buddy. All right, let's go and do this real quick. Oh no, Milwaukee is not doing it. Nope, And the reason why Milwaukee's not doing it right now is because I have my small battery on it. My other battery died, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just break it loose with the breaker bar. All right, make my life much easier. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this up again and do it again. We got our trusty dusty, you know, breaker bar. I'm gonna put it right in the slot down here. All right, and then we're gonna get up because we're gonna break it loose. And that broke loose, I believe. Yep, I think that broke loose. All right, and you just keep spinning it and spinning it and spinning it with the tool, or you can take the tool off already. You know, you don't need the tool to remove it, because once it's already loose, you can actually just remove it yourself without the tool. But you know, whatever. All right, so here's your inner tie rod, and I'm gonna show you exactly. So you see where those rivets are, like those little slots, they go right in there. That tool goes right in there, okay? And then wherever the washer went, if I can find it, I'll show you what I meant about taking the little flaps out. But fortunately, oh, here it is. All right, so see this washer right here? So it's bent into those slots, so you won't be able to put your tool in. It's for like security purposes, for like locking it in, whatever. You have to bend them outwards in order to get the tool in there. So, you know, all right. So that's how you do your inner tie rod. That's how you remove it. That's how you remove your other tie rod. And when it comes to installing it, remember the little, you know, washer piece. And when it comes to installing it, it's basically reverse over everything. And do this by hand. Well, finger tight, you know, do it by hand first and then use the tool. So we're gonna go ahead and just tighten this all the way as much as we can, and then we'll torque it down with the special tool that we used. So hopefully this is a 33.6. I don't know, you know, aftermarket parts sometimes are different sizes, you know, but this one looks like it's the same size, just a bit, you know, just a little tighter because it's a new part. So, and then you just put that tool back on, and then righty-tighty, baby. And then that's how you put your inner tie rod, baby. That's how you put your inner tie rod. Congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You got this. This is why I do these videos, so you guys can not pay a mechanic to do it, and you can do it at home, and it's fun. You know, I do this for a living, but I do also, this is my hobby. This is not my job. I love this. I love doing this, so I don't find it as my job. I find it as my hobby. All right, so anyways, we're gonna lock that tight, lock that up and tighten it, you know. And here comes the boot. Okay, boot goes in there. All right, it's gonna go in there real nice and flush. And again, don't forget to put the clamp there, you know. So buy a clamp. Again, buy a clamp. Don't forget to put it. I'm just showing you in the video right now how to, you know, how it goes, you know, so how it goes back. So then after the boot goes the washer. I mean, not the washer, the clamp that I already lost somewhere in this mess of stuff. And it's mostly because I'm recording the video. I'm trying to do this pretty quickly because I gotta go do another job. So let me go find that and install that back together. The clamps that I recommend to put back, some of these. This is way too big, but let's see if this one fits on the boot. Let's see. Yeah, that should be able to fit. I mean, I should be able to open it up, hopefully. If not, a lot of people, what they do is they put zip ties on this. I like to put back this metal thing because then, you know, kind of guarantees that it's not going to come off. But you can put zip ties, you know, if you got what you got, you know. Same thing with this one. This one kind of like got bent like really bad, so it's not really tightening as I like. So I'm going to put a zip tie there, or I'm just going to buy a small little piece like this and then just put it there. That's set up. That's perfect right there, all right? And then you're going to want to put it this way so then you can have some room to put a flathead or an 8 socket in there. So that is perfect. So the size of this is 32 57 mm 128. All right, you see that? All right, that's the size. So that's why I keep, you know, dusty old nuts and bolts and washers and all types of stuff in that toolbox. All right, let me see if that's gonna give me a pain in the butt to get to. Not really. I mean, I can get to it. I'll be fine. I got a small screwdriver. That'll be okay. All right, and then you're gonna want to clip it back in there so it's in there, you know, so it doesn't come off. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get a flathead, small screwdriver flathead, and I'll tighten that up just like that. That is not going nowhere. It's flush, it's tight, it's ready to rock and roll. On this side, I don't have a smaller clip, but I am gonna use a zip tie that I had around here. I'm just gonna zip tie this up right there because I don't have a small clamp at the moment. And honestly, this one still kind of works. It's just way more open than I would like it. I mean, let's see. I'm just gonna put this on. Let's see. That will do. That's tight enough. That's good. All right. So after that, you're gonna wanna put your nut, which this one came with a new one. So let me put the camera back up a little bit. Oh, back up, back up. All right. And then we're just gonna screw it on there, and then we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can to put it straight as possible. But they're gonna get in alignment anyway, so you know, I'm gonna do my best to kind of, you know, kind of just put it exactly where it was at. I'll do my best to do that now. Take a small break, drink some water, stay hydrated. And again, logo on the shirt, the back. Let me know if you guys like this shirt like this, or should I do it on a t-shirt, which I'm gonna do it anyways. But if you like, also you guys would like merch, let me know so I can start doing merch as well. And I'll basically do merch saying like the words that I said, like, yo, it's your boy Cgfix, or yeah baby, I don't freaking know, whatever I say. Any of the stuff that I say, I'm just gonna put them on the shirts, and if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. At the end of the day, I'm just having fun with it, you know. I'm having fun with the channel. You guys are interacting with it, all the comments, all the shares, and all the love and support. Really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get back to it. I'm just gonna hydrate myself, eat something, and then get back to the job.